Good evening, I'm Daniel Anthony and you're watching KiniFlash. Former PKR Deputy President Syed Husin Ali has criticized Pakatan Harapan and questioned if its leaders are now incapable of standing up to Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. In a statement last night, Syed Husin criticized Mahathir for refusing to outline a clear transition plan and said that the fighters and leaders of the past have now fallen silent. Syed Husin said the Harapan Presidential Council can ask Mahathir to retire now, as it is the highest authority that can determine when Mahathir should go. He said this in response to a dialogue session in New York on Thursday, where Mahathir said that he would stay as Prime Minister for, quote, at most 3 years. In response to Syed Husin's statement today, Bersatu Youth Chief Syed Abdul Rahman stressed that there has been no 2-year timeline transition for the company's top post discussed in the Pakatan Harapan Presidential Council. In a statement today, he also criticized Syed Husin for calling Mahathir's overseas trips a waste of money, while highlighting the Premier's achievements from those trips and questioned why there was a need to sabotage Mahathir's efforts to improve the country's economy. He wrote that there should be a stop to excessive politicking, as the people want us to focus on their welfare and not on power struggles. The criminal trial of former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak involving the alleged abuse of power and money in laundering of 1MDB funds enters its 15th day at the Kuala Lumpur High Court today. The court heard today that the wanted businessperson Loh Teck Jo told former 1MDB CEO Sharul Azral Ibrahim Halmi that the Abar joint venture would have a major impact on the 13th general election. In a statement today, Sharul said that Jolo had informed him at the time that the Abar joint venture will have a major impact on the 13th general election. He was referring to the 1MDB Director's circular resolution passed on the 25th of February 2013 to form a joint venture with Abar for global investments. Police have recorded a Puteri UMNO leader's statement in connection with controversial remarks she made following an amok case in Bayan Lepas, Penang. Bukit Aman CID D5 Prosecution and Legal Division Principal Assistant Director Mior Faridallah Trash Wahid said Puteri UMNO Vice Chief Nurul Amal Mohamad Fauzi was called in to give her statement this morning at 10 a.m.
Kemudian ada satu laporan polis telah diterima di Pulau Pinang berkenaan satu kenyataan yang dibuat oleh naib ketua Puteri UMNO di Kelantan baru-baru ini. So satu laporan polis telah dibuat di Pulau Pinang semalam oleh Adun Seri Delima, dan ekoran daripada laporan polis tersebut kita telah memanggil naib ketua Puteri Wanita UMNO ini ke Bukit Aman pada pagi ini, dan beliau akan sampai di Bukit Aman pada pukul 10 pagi ini.
On Wednesday night, Nurul Amal told a ceramah in Kubang Kerian, Kelantan about allegations on social media that the man whom police shot dead had run amok after 2 people allegedly insulted the Prophet Muhammad. Inspector General of Police Abdul Hamid Bador has warned irresponsible individuals who spread such false allegations and added that his men in blue would take action against them. At the same press conference, the D5 Principal Assistant Director also revealed that no new individuals have been called or identified to assist with the investigations into the case of the death of firefighter Muhammad Adib Muhammad Qasim. Mior told those with new information on the case to come forward to assist the police in investigations, and that the police are still waiting on further instructions from the Attorney General's chambers following the decision of the Shah Alam Coroner's Court.
Seperti mana yang telah dijelaskan oleh Yang Dihormati Tan Sri Ketua Presiden Negara, siasatan bagi kes tersebut tidak pernah ditutup. Kita masih lagi meneruskan siasatan. Seperti yang telah dijelaskan sebelum ini, siasatan masih lagi dijalankan di bawah Seksyen 302 Kanun Keresahan, dan kita akan cuba mengesan mereka-mereka yang terlibat ni, dan seperti mana arahan yang dibuat oleh Mahkamah Coroner tersebut, supaya kita mengesan dan membawa mereka ke muka pengadilan.
Last Friday, the Coroner's Court ruled that Muhammad Adib's death was caused by 2 or more persons unknown and left it to the Attorney General and police to carry out investigations and press charges. Moving on to international headlines, once again we look to the skies as billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk unveiled SpaceX's new Mars rocket prototype today. Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk unveiled his space company's newly assembled rocket Starship on Saturday. Starship, a shiny steel rocket ship designed to ferry dozens of humans to the moon, stands 387 feet tall and is the latest addition to SpaceX's lineup of reusable launch vehicles. Musk showed a crowd of space enthusiasts and reporters animations of Starship landing on the moon and Mars at SpaceX's rocket development site in the remote village of Boca Chica in Texas. He predicted that the rocket's first orbital flight could come in the next 6 months, followed by missions to space with humans aboard next year.
We're faced with a choice. Which future do you want? Do you want the future where we become a spacefaring civilization and are in many worlds and are out there among the stars, or one where we are forever confined to Earth? And I say it is the first. And I hope you agree with me. The critical breakthrough that's needed for us to become a spacefaring civilization is to make space travel like air travel.
Musk's mission to the moon aligns with NASA's goal of sending humans there by 2024 under its Artemis program, an accelerated deep space initiative spurred by the Trump administration in March that aims to work with a handful of US-based companies in building a long-term presence on the lunar surface before eventually colonizing Mars. NASA has awarded SpaceX and Boeing Co. a total of $6.8 billion to build competing rocket and capsule systems that will launch astronauts into orbit from American soil for the first time since 2011. Hong Kong is bracing for a day of celebration and a day of chaos on the 1st of October, which is the anniversary of the founding of Communist China. But first, the city has to clean up. Protests over the weekend left buildings covered in graffiti, windows smashed, and parts of the pavement uprooted. Hong Kong's metro stations and roads reopened on Monday after a chaotic weekend that saw police fire water cannons, tear gas and rubber bullets at protesters who set fires and threw petrol bombs outside government offices and across several districts. Shops and buildings were covered in graffiti, with several windows in government buildings smashed and parts of the pavement uprooted by protesters during the weekend's demonstrations. The unrest over the weekend saw some of the worst and most widespread violence in more than 3 months of anti-government demonstrations in the Asian financial hub. Protesters, many of them dressed in black and wearing face masks, took cover from the tear gas behind umbrellas, some throwing the canisters back at police. They built barricades with trolleys and trash cans among other debris, and a petrol bomb was thrown at police near the Wan Chai metro station. Many restaurants and stores have had to repeatedly close for business, with the protest taking a growing toll on the city's economy as it faces its first recession in a decade. The Chinese territory is on edge ahead of the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic on Tuesday, with authorities eager to avoid scenes that could embarrass the central government in Beijing. Before we wrap up, here are several other news highlights from today. And that's all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen. For more, you can log on to KiniTV.com. Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Dailymotion, and YouTube for the latest news. I'm Daniel Anthony. Thank you for watching.